New lesson for you guys today. It's about sequencing scales. Sequencing scales is very useful for the practicing guitarists because that way you accomplish many things at the same time. First, it's an excellent picking exercise for either the alternate or the economy pickers, simply because in order to execute them, you train all the different picking positions imaginable. Okay, inside picking, outside picking, anything you can think of. Second, it's very good for memorizing scale shapes, because the patterns they create, they help you get the scale inside your hand more clearly and definitely faster. It's certainly better than playing a scale up and down for 100 times. Third, sequencing scales is a good way to create snippets of melodies or licks. After a while they will appear in your playing without you even noticing them. And actually they appear so often in rock and metal that it's very useful for you to learn them. So treat them any way you want, treat them as exercises or something more. You still have to do them to an extent. Let's start. We will use the minor pentatonic scale, in this case the E minor, and we will sequence it in groups of 3. So we play the first 3 notes. First of all, I think you know the E minor, but let's look at the frets. 12, 15. Okay, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. 12, 15, 12, 15. Okay. The shape almost every guitarist knows. Of course, apart from the shape, the things that we will show here, you must be able to do them in all scale shapes or in every pattern, and basically anything you will learn, you must be able to apply the groups of 3. Now, what are the groups of 3? Simply play the first 3 notes of the scale. Then starting on the second note of the scale, play the next 3 notes. Then from the third, the next 3. From the fourth, from the fifth, from the sixth, and so on. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Nice, clear and easy. Okay. Descending, the same thing. First 3, then from the second, from the third, fourth, and so on. Okay. Doesn't, as we said before, the scale isn't really important. Maybe this wasn't the E minor, maybe the E minor pentatonic, maybe it was the E minor. No, this is the Dorian. Okay, this is the scale, but you can still sequence it in groups of 3. Second note is this, next 3. Third note is this, next 3. So, as you can see, the pattern is really simple, but if you start playing and you start applying it to your playing, you will see that it is very commonly used in many rock and metal kind of tunes. Okay, but as I've said before, this is actually the sequencing of the scales that is very useful, because you create melodies, you're creating good picking exercises, you're memorizing your scales better, so try and apply it. One good thing about sequencing the scales is that that way you will know if your alternate picking is up to par. because many people play scales up and down and they think that their picking is great, or that they are constantly alternating. But if we play some sequences, you will find out that it's really difficult to continue the up and down motion. So if you are able to play some sequences fast, then you will know that your picking is very good. So what I recommend is learn some picking patterns, for example these groups of 3, and try to record this using a camera and then slow it down, fixed on your right hand. If you see your right hand doing constantly the up and down motion, then you will be certain that your picking is up to par. But usually only a very small percent of people uses up and down constantly. Most of them, when the going gets tough, they sweep. Regardless, I'm saying that just as a recommendation. You can do whatever you want, but whatever your picking style is, just try to sequence your scales. Okay, start with simple ones, just like I've showed you, groups of 3, and then move on to more intricate or difficult patterns. It doesn't really matter. All it matters is that you try to do them.